So James Gunn has confirmed the digital release date for Superman, and according to him, it's set for this Friday, August 15th. I actually didn't even realize that that's tomorrow. This has to be a big part of why these superhero movies aren't doing these massive numbers anymore at the box office. I know there's superhero fatigue, all this stuff. You can say what you want, but this is now coming. You can buy this digitally now, just a little over a month after its theatrical release. This has to be a big part of why people aren't going to the movies. Because I was thinking about this the other day. Because I read a lot of comments on my other channel, The Cosmic Wonder, talk about just superheroes. And a lot of people who started, let's say, the MCU with Iron Man, right? Or go back even further. Go back even further to the X-Men films, to Spider-Man, right? Those people who are probably around the same age as me, right? Late 20s to maybe mid 40s, beyond, anybody can like these movies, right? But I think what's happening is the people who were kids growing up watching this stuff, they're now adults, they have families, they have kids, and it's a lot harder and a lot more expensive to go to the movie theaters. And the prices for movies have gone up as well, right? And when it costs, at least $100 to take you and your spouse, maybe some kids to the movies, and then popcorn and all that, when it costs $100, $200 for some people, depending on who you're going with and what you're paying for, it's easy to wait just a month to catch this in the comfort of your own home, where you can pay one price for the movie and a lot of people could watch it, right? Rather than paying individual tickets. I mean, this is contributing to that, because people now know, I want to see this movie, but I can wait a month. I can wait a month and watch it in the comfort of my own home and not spend hundreds of dollars. For me, it's a little bit different, right? Because I usually go just myself or whoever I go with. They pay for themselves. Actually, I pay most of the time, but still, $30 for a couple tickets, and that's like good seats, like D box or like recliner seats, and then $20 for popcorn and a drink. I can swing that for myself, but it's just me. I get it. People have families and kids and stuff. Like, it's a lot for some people. Plus the time to go to a theater. But even people who don't, and they're just like, you know what? I'm like excited for it, but not too excited. I'll catch it on streaming in a month. But hopefully Superman and then the Fantastic Four, whenever it comes as well, hopefully they do well streaming. Because I think that's going to be how we have to judge the success of these films from now on, because streaming is coming so quickly now. And I think a lot of studios are really going to start doing this now. I think the only way to reverse this would be to actually go, you know what? We're going to go back to, I don't know how long it was before. That's how much this is ingrained in me now. But we're going to go back to like waiting 4 months until you can buy it and buy it on streaming, right? Because then that'll be like, well, okay, Superman, Fantastic Four, whatever it may be, I do want to see this movie, and I don't want to wait 4 months, so I'm going to go to the theater. That might be how you would reverse it and make up some of these numbers at the box office. But right here in this article titled, DC steward James Gunn confirms Superman digital release date, tells fans to catch it while it's still in theaters. That also says that if it goes out this weekend, if it's done, it'll have lasted 6 weeks. And it'll be 578.8 million globally following weekend 5. And about 600 million it's expected here, haul for Superman. I think it's good enough. This is good. And James Gunn, and I think I saw it in this article somewhere in here where James Gunn basically says, yeah, is there something, oh no, right here, sorry. Just complete and utter nonsense that if it fell under 700 million, that it would be a failure, that it needed 700 million minimum to be a success. He said complete and utter nonsense. And yeah, James Gunn said in another interview where people were like, oh, this movie cost 400 million to make, 500 million to make. He was like, no, it didn't cost that much to make. I don't know how much it cost to make. They haven't revealed that. But he said, for the first movie of the DCU, no, we couldn't spend that much money on it. Which is interesting because you would think that they would spend as much as they can to make this movie a success. But also part of that success is making money on the movie. So I get what they did, but the box office now, I don't think determines if a movie is a success or failure, because the ratings for this movie are great. The ratings for the Fantastic Four are great. The box office numbers aren't what people expected though. But I think we have to take the streaming numbers that follow these and add them in whatever mathematical way that these analysts do, right? I'm not that guy. But whatever they do, and figure out a new way to determine if it's a success. Because people are going to buy this movie. People are going to buy it. And then you have, like steelbooks and stuff like that. Like there's a lot more that determine success than just the box office numbers. I personally, man, I love Superman. I love that movie. And I'm not a big Superman fan. I'm like a really big Batman fan and Marvel fan. But Batman's my favorite hero just overall. Superman has always been cool to me, but I'm like, he's all right. But after this movie, I loved this movie. I thought it was fun. And I feel like I'd missed that a lot with a lot of movies. Just a really good, fun time in the theater, watching it at home now when it comes out tomorrow. And I just thought it was great. I thought the Fantastic Four was great. I don't think these movies are failures by any means. So we'll have to see what happens when it comes to streaming, what the numbers are. But unless they're going to go back to waiting months and months before they release it on streaming, I think the box office numbers, with the exception of like the really big ones, the Avengers Doomsday, or like a Justice League movie, or Minecraft and stuff like that a bunch of kids will go to because they'll beg their parents to go see, and teenagers and stuff like that, unless they start waiting months after, I don't think we're going to continuously have billion-dollar superhero movies. But I don't think that means they're failing. But go ahead, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for stopping by today. Catch you in the next one. Peace.